Hello and welcome to Dynamic DCUO. Valmy here, and what I want to talk to you about this time is nature. I want to go through my nature loadout with you and tell you what I use and why. I start off with Serpent Call. The big thing with the power interaction on nature DPS is releasing poison, and that's your supercharged generator, and it releases the poison. It does some stunning initially. Then I'll follow that up with Briar, which also does a little bit of stunning, roots somewhat, releases more poison. Harvest spreads and refreshes poison, and also kind of stuns them as it locks them up in the little plant bodies. And then I'll hit him with my spam power, Voracious Plants, um, which will do damage based on the poison they've been stacking up and accumulating. And I'll only hit them a couple of times with that to loosen them up, and then I'll hit them with Roar while they still have the stack of poison. Roar will uh, do damage all at once based off the poison counters they've already got on them. So that winds up being a good way to finish off a big group. Then Swarm Shield for a shield. I tend to not usually run a supercharge much with nature, but if I do, it's usually going to be Chaotic Growth, although I also like Carnivorous Plants. Now, a lot of folks use the forms, the animal forms. Gorilla form is real popular. That gives you more of a defense, and that's using the acrobatic movement. And the big thing that gives you is multiple targets for Vine Lash and Impaling Thorns, which can be really handy. Vine Lash being your pull. And Primal Wolf form is real good for doing extra DPS damage, and that is using the super speed motion. So if you're familiar with those motions and you're good, those movement types, and you're good with that, then great. The canine form is cute for selfies, but I haven't really found much other use for it. And the insectoid form is typically what nature healers are going to run with. So enough of that chatter. Let's get going and see how it runs. Now to cover attack mods real quick, I'm running with regenerative shielding and explosive block and power efficiency and replenishing adapter on those main things. For my head, since I'm not running much on supercharge, I'm going with energized harvest to give me some power back. Fortified assault because I have a bad not blocking issue. Accelerated swarm shield to keep my shield up. And restorative serpent call to give me a little boost that way.
Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen may already be here.
I'm going to skip some of the cinematographic scenes. This is Sal's first time through this solo, so those of you that have seen this have already know what to expect. So you don't need to see all the movie stuff. Nature is a dot power, damage over time, so it may not seem as hard hitting as some other powers, but I think it does just fine. And I really like the animation. No, I'm gonna get that. Did you roll the right way when that thing comes out? Alrighty, one boss down.
This is Luther's inner sanctum. If there's any clear evidence about his true fate, it'll be here.
Well, I hope you found this helpful, and hope you enjoy doing nature DPS. If you've got a slightly different loadout, please share in the comments. And meanwhile, hit like and subscribe. And as always, happy gaming.